Good morning, Facebook. Happy Thursday. It is a beautiful rainy day. And because it was raining, I just felt the need to put on a little bit of purple, make myself feel all warm, cool, and cozy, and it adds splashes of color. Now, sometimes you need color just to brighten your day all for yourself. Hi, my name is Carol White. I am the owner of MHB Publishing LLC. I'm also an author and the owner of the company. So I just wanted to thank you guys for coming on in at 8 o'clock in the morning to sit down with me for my weekly installment for When Life Needs a Detox. Now, I'm going to wait a couple minutes, let folks get a chance to come in. Harold Huff, hello. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. We're going to have a nice little conversation today. Just from the title that I've given, which is Know Your Role, Play Your Position. Now, we know there's a lot of folks in here that this applies to. And I think if you all were just to go find a mirror, you would see at least one of those people it will apply to at one point in time. So this isn't to hurt anybody's feelings. This is just to make sure that we all understand that it's a universal dysfunction. It can be universally toxic and it can be universally controlled. So if we give a couple more minutes. See, I think I'm trying to think of any housekeeping tips I can give to everybody. Let's continue with this rainy day. Hey, Arthur, Lanice. Hey, baby, how are you doing? Just so you know, Lanice, I love me some you. Pernell, hey. Ooh, my favorites. Ooh, and Derek Sanders, look at y'all. Come on in. Ooh, I'm feeling all the love. I'm feeling so warm and toasty all of a sudden. Oh, thank you. Hi, Pernell. Oh, this is great. Oh my goodness. All my heavy hitters came in today. I love it. Okay, you know what? I know most folks are at work and need to get on with their day, so we're going to get on with the broadcast. Today's topic for When Life Needs a Detox is Know Your Role, Play Your Position. I remember one holiday I took my aunt for her dialysis treatment. I needed to get some work done. So, I had my laptop and my ergonomic stand in tow so I could get my objective accomplished while she was undergoing treatments. Now, these treatments take about 3.5 hours, and there was nowhere else around for me to go and have a sit down. Now, I needed to set up my office. So I asked one of the staff members if I could rearrange the furniture and then promised to put it all back. Now, they gave me permission. I rearranged the furniture. I'm in business. My office is rolling. Now, as I'm working, I'm not bothering anybody. A lady comes into the facility. She sees me and begins a rant to the effect of, "What do you think you're doing? Who told you can move the furniture the way you just did? You are not at home. Why did you do this?" I looked up from my computer screen and I asked her one question. "I beg your pardon?" My tone and facial expression recoiled the lady and silenced her, but not before her rant caught the attention of the staff in the office. As they looked at what they thought was going to be a police matter, I stood up and I politely and sweetly said to the lady, "It's always best to know your role and play your position." As I sat back down and I resumed my work, I was hit with an epiphany. Life presents these types of situations in our lives daily. And half the time we handle them in the same way and the same bad fashion as this lady did. We will decide that we are right and doggedly hold on to that position with the ferocity of a pit bull terrier. We rarely look at the totality of the situation and where we truly fit within the current situation. We forget that age-old adage that could diffuse so many potentially toxic situations. Know your role. Play your position. I've heard this saying used so many times. Usually when someone has made it a point to encroach on situations and or conversations in which they were not an original participant. Its perceived and accurate meaning when used in these situations is mind your own business. If this seems offensive to you, let's think about it like this. If the situation were reversed, would you want somebody interjecting their unwanted and unsolicited opinion into your conversation? What would your response be? And if we're completely honest, more likely than not, we would say far more than know your role, play your position. A more palatable version of the meaning of know your role, play your position for the easily offended is simply this. Give the level of respect you yourself have an expectation of to others, and give assistance and or advice only when requested. Failure to do so can and will set up a toxic situation that can escalate from verbal to physical at the drop of a dime. Not to mention, unwanted and unsolicited advice will ultimately make you persona non grata. You'll become as unwelcomed as your advice. Let's apply these meanings to my given situation. The incident stemmed from a woman deciding without any research into the situation that she had the right, the authority, and the privilege not only to question me, but initiate action if need be. Y'all know this is how people get caught up in all kinds of nonsense. Lord have mercy. This lady did not bother to look at the totality of the situation, and she did not give respect to me at all. But what if she had? What if she, looking at the totality of the situation, determined that she had neither a reason nor the authority to prohibit my actions, as she was not an employee of the facility? What if she had simply minded her own business instead of going into a loud, disrespectful, and unnecessary tirade to embarrass me? Time is a precious commodity that should not be wasted on triviality nor stupidity. Now, I did not know this lady, and it took everything I had to show her the level of respect I did show. But realistically, she is not the only person to forget to practice know your role, play your position. We have all forgotten to put this into practice. We have all given input from time to time to certain situations as if our input had been asked for. We have all disrespected others in some form or fashion and deemed it permissible. We have all neglected to take the totality of situations into consideration before acting and or speaking. Why? There's no one reason. In fact, there are as many reasons as there are people. But for me, I think the main reason for this toxic and dysfunctional behavior is we operate under the impression that in certain circumstances, respect isn't necessary or required. We forget to treat each other as we ourselves want to be treated. So how do we retrain ourselves to adhere to the policy of know your role, play your position? You practice the following 8 guidelines. Number 1, acknowledge that you are not the center of everyone's universe. Hold on. Let's rewind and say that one more time for those in the cheap seats. Acknowledge that you are not the center of everyone's universe. Number 2, look at the presented situations in their totality, not only as they relate to you. Number 3, you don't know everything. Everything is not your business, and not everyone cares to hear what you have to say. I have to repeat that one again because I don't think y'all heard me. You don't know everything. Everything is not your business, and not everyone cares to hear what you have to say. Number 4, only give advice and opinion when you are asked to. Number 5, think before you speak, and then speak with respect. Hold on, wait. Think before you speak, and then speak with respect. A repeat of number 5. Number 6, acknowledge that others have something to say and listen with respect. Number 7, if by chance you forget the first 6 rules and create a situation you cannot resolve with the person you have offended, be smart enough and Christian enough to walk away until there is a conducive climate for resolution. Number 8, be prepared for the situation not to be resolved to your liking and or satisfaction. Why? Simply refer back to number 1. And in case you missed it, number 1 is that you must acknowledge that you are not the center of everybody's universe. Sometimes you get what you want and sometimes you don't. In the long run, the implementation of these guidelines for know your role, play your position, will put you well on your way to living a toxic-free life. Well, that's that. That's my written word for the day. And you know, guys, being honest, we have all been in those situations where we've heard somebody talking, and we put our 2 cents in. Like that's going to matter or like they care. We've all seen situations, and let's understand, we've even seen situations on Facebook in the news now where you have people calling the police because they're barbecuing in the park. They're calling the police because the tags on your license plate are expired. You have people sticking their noses in business that don't concern them every single day, and they think they're right. But the problem is people are not understanding that they have no control when they come from a powerless position. If you're on the outside looking in, you are powerless to act. Now, let's just put it this way. A lot of us have good advice to give. I'm just going to say, sometimes I think my advice is wonderful. They're just gems of wisdom. But if they're not asked for, they're as worthless as plastic rhinestones. So, in essence, what I am saying is let us be good to each other. Let us respect each other. And let's mind our own business. Let's know our roles. Let's play our positions. We'll be a lot happier. That's my time, everybody. I am so glad you guys joined me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I had a great time. And I would just like to say happy Thursday. I will see you soon. Oh, and please, please, please keep in mind that I am, once again, going to put all of this into book form. The next book is going to be When Life Needs a Detox. Look for it to come out right around Black Friday, maybe a little sooner, but it will be entitled When Life Needs a Detox. I love you, and as always, live your very best life. Bye-bye. Love y'all.